Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Listen, we are in dire need of donations to keep these shows running and available for you 24/7. So that means when you're in the car, it's available for you to listen to. Whether you're at work, streaming, playing a game, it's available for you to listen to. Growing your deen and learning about the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful different topics of Islam. Listen, one of the heaviest deeds that could be placed on your scale on the day of judgment is Sadaqah Jariyah. Yes, I know, I'm trying to build deeds daily. So you can too. So listen, feel free and please, from the bottom of your heart, donate to this wonderful cause, wonderful website and platform to continually push out shows that will benefit you and the Muslim Ummah. Yes, you can donate by going to the Sunnahfollowers.net website, pressing the donate tab. You can also scan the QR code in YouTube on the far left top of our videos that are streaming. Listen, guys, this is very important, and take this as important. We want to keep this programming available for you 24/7 so that you have access in your car, anywhere you choose to tune in to this wonderful programming. Yes, guys, it's all at your disposal. So listen, feel free to donate. Once again, remember, Sadaqah Jariyah, one of the heaviest deeds on your scale on the day of judgment. Assalamu alaikum. Join us for the new series here at Sunnah Followers on the book called Termites by Sheikh Muhammad S. Adli, hosted and broken down by Layla Nashiba. Please join us every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here on Sunnah Followers.
Join us for a highly anticipated new series, Heroines of Islam, hosted by Layla Nashiba. Allow her to take you through time exploring the lives of these powerful, courageous, spiritual pillars of Islam. Learning about their lives through a lens, unique and explained through a woman's point of view using authentic hadith. Tune in every Monday and Wednesday 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Right here on Sunnah Followers. Join us for this exciting new series on the Caliphate of Abu Bakr.
Assalamu alaikum, honey. Wa alaikum salam, baby. What's going on?
Well, I was just curious, and I just had a lot of questions.
It's great to have questions. Like, how can I help you, babe?
Like, can you name some ways where, we can get blessings?
Yeah. You know that programming mommy listens to almost every day, and she learns about her deen and the hadiths and the different stories in Islam. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember. And you let me listen to the programming on Sundays with the other kids?
That's right. They're called Sunnahfollowers, and they're amazing. So when mommy goes ahead and she makes a donation, she gets a big blessing. Alhamdulillah.
Really, Mommy?
And this is why it's so important that I donate, because I want to continue learning from Sunnah Followers. So, what are we going to do next?
I put a couple dollars away. You think we can use that?
We sure can. How much you want to put in?
Mommy, I don't have a lot.
Hold on. Here you go. All right, Aisha, I got you. All right, let me scan this QR code. Wow, there we go. You made the donation. Alhamdulillah. May Allah reward you, baby. This is beautiful.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Okay, go ahead and donate. Go to Sunnahfollowers.net and press that donate tab. Remember, Sadaqah Jariyah on your scale on the day of judgment. Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hey, this week's topic on Ask Sister Layla Live, polygamy. Yes, polygamy. Please call in as Layla Nashiba breaks down the conditions, the rules, the regulations, and man, the controversy. So you're not going to want to miss this. Call in at 862-370-2838. 862-370-2838. Have your questions ready for Layla to answer them. We'll see you there, inshallah. Another Sunnah Followers exclusive, Not One of Us, written by Sheikh Muhammad S. Adli, broken down and brought to you by host Layla Nashiba. Join us every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here on Sunnah Followers.
Okay, everybody. Inna alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to another session here at Sunnah Followers. And that last advertisement that we saw about Not One of Us, that's tonight. I really hope that everybody ordered the book. The Not One of Us, that book can be ordered by going to atleonline.com. And also you want to order the book entitled Termites. The book entitled Termites too. Termites is not a book, it's a PDF. So the PDF itself is only $2. So for those of you who have not yet purchased the PDF, please go to www.atleonline.com. Buy the PDF for $2. You can download to your computer immediately, and also pick up the book Not One of Us, because I will begin that book tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, inshallah. Okay, so alhamdulillah, I want to welcome everybody here. And just to let everybody know, this is our series on Aqidah. Everything begins with and ends with Aqidah in Islam. If your Aqidah is not correct, then nothing else is correct. This is important. As Muslims, we need to constantly, or regularly, I should say, we should regularly check our belief system to make sure that it is in sync with what how Allah says it's supposed to be. Because if our belief system is not in sync with how Allah said it's supposed to be, then guess what? That means none of your good deeds are going to be accepted on the day of judgment. Not any of them. Okay, this is why there will be no Christians in paradise. This is why there will be no other belief system other than Islam in paradise. Allah says that in the Quran, He does not accept any belief system other than Islam. So we have to work on our aqidah. Okay, and this is why here at Sunnah Followers, we focus on aqidah, and then we focus on the Sunnah. And in this class, I have been teaching you guys from the book entitled Diluting Wala wal Bara. And this is a book comprised by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. Everyone knows who Kareem Abu Zaid is, I'm sure. Well, some people don't, but most people here know who Kareem Abu Zaid is. Subhanallah, he's always touring around doing conferences around the America and also in other parts of the world, and with his aim. And also he has that SunnahfollowersShop school that I'm always advertising, because I really believe that all Muslim children should be homeschooled, but homeschooled through an Islamic school. And Safa USA is the best way to go, because your children are getting a secular education as well as a well-rounded Islamic education through SunnahfollowersShop. I carry it on all my videos. I'm always promoting that. Okay. And I'm always promoting Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid's books because I really love his Aqidah books. They're the best that I have come across so far that have been written in English for the English speaking part of the world. Okay. And we're studying the book now, Wala wal Bara, which refers to allegiance, which is the second part of that Shahada that most Muslims today have a problem with. That second part of the Shahada that speaks about having how we declare our allegiance to Allah, to the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Muslims around the world, no matter what tribe they come from, no matter what color their skin is, no matter what race they are, just the simple fact that they believe La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, that should unite us together as one. But it's not happening. Sad to say, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen until Jesus comes back. And then even after he comes back, we'll only have 5 years of it. Then we'll go back to this. It's in the cards. That's the qadr of Allah. Yeah. So, we have to really understand the meaning of what it means to associate and disassociate. Our allegiance and our loyalty and our love and our closeness should be to Allah, the Prophet, and the believers. And when it comes to the other people, we shouldn't have that for them. And today, what I'm going to do, because we just completed chapter 5 of this masterpiece, Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid did an excellent job. One of the best jobs I've seen in English of explaining what it means to love for the sake of Allah and what it means to hate for the sake of Allah. That was the second part of the chapter. And in the first part of the chapter, he did an excellent job letting us know and for better understand in English the meaning of the concept of allegiance and disassociation. And before we move to the next chapter of this masterpiece, I'm going to give you a quiz today. And I did post that quiz up yesterday. There's no excuse as to why no one should get on that microphone and answer. There's no excuse as to why you people on YouTube and Facebook should not be ready to type, copy, and paste your answers, because you had a whole day to prepare your answers for this quiz. Okay, so with that said, wait a minute, hold on, here's a person. Yes, by the way, guys, please support this dawah effort. Y'all see that QR code on the screen? Click on it to make a donation. Okay, one of the brothers here is asking me, what are you asking me? Don't come with no crazy stuff, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm in a good mood today. That's rare. What does that mean? I'm rarely in a good mood. So if you bust my mood, there is no fury like the fury of a woman. So you better come right, Brocky. Let's hear it. Y'all see why I do the buffalo stance? Let's wait for this brother to ask his question. Where are you from anyway? Okay, he's y'all don't see his typing because I see where he's from. He's on Trova. You're on Trova. Okay, what is? Yes, okay. Well, he's not, he's being nice. He's being polite, guys. Now I feel crazy intimidating him. I'm a master intimidator, brother. I went to school and learned how to intimidate. All right. Yeah, he's asking me, how can he donate? Okay, yeah, just click on this. Just scan this QR code here. If you scan this QR code here, or the one here at the top that says donate, and it'll take you to our PayPal site. And we need the donations because, again, we are a nonprofit organization. Let me show you, brother, give you our information. I got a caption for that too. Yes, we are desperately, in fact, in need of donations to support this dawah effort. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. 562324211 is our number. And you can donate using Zelle by sending it to the email address Layla@sunnahfollowers.net, LAILA in English, or you can go to sunnahfollowers.net online and click on the Make a Donation tab, or simply just scan one of the QR codes there. That's easier. Yeah, with your phone. And no. Okay, now he comes with his question. No, I am not affiliated with Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid's organization. That's what he's asking. He's asking, am I affiliated with the AIM? No, I'm not affiliated with them. I teach his books because I love his books. His books are, like I said, are the best written in English that I have come upon, that's based on Quran and authentic Sunnah with the understanding of the companions. So I teach his books. And I also teach Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli's books because, again, these are books that are taken directly from the Quran and the authentic Sunnah with the understanding of the companions. And my students love to have a book that they can look upon as I'm teaching. But I am separate. I am not affiliated with the AIM. Okay? You got it? Yes. So we need your donations. We are not with AIM. We are not with the Colorado Mosque. I just promote his school and his books. He's a good brother. Walk like an Egyptian. We're all Egyptians. Me, him, and Sheikh Atli. Okay, we support each other. But as far as the dawah, but not financially. I am in need of your donations for this website. Sunnah Followers is a separate entity. You guys understand that? We are a separate entity. I know people don't mention my website. I don't know why. By the way, Imam Zidan, he's with AIM. He got his start here at Sunnah Followers. He used to be one of our teachers. Remember, he was Imam Ibrahim. When he came to America, he was the Imam of the mosque here, and he got his start, his fame, teaching here on our website. Yeah, but I don't know why these brothers never mention my website. Because I'm a woman, probably. Who knows? I don't know. But who cares? Just support us. Okay, brother? Does that answer your question? Any other stuff you got? And by the way, get those cameras turned off, moderators. Moderators, hit that button so video does not come on. Y'all got it, Amina? Fame? Turn that video cam off, please.
I have the co-host on.
I already did it. I did it.
Okay, good, because this is ridiculous. Okay, so mashallah, just let you guys know. So please donate here to Sunnah Followers. We're a separate entity. Who manages this website? Me. It's managed by me, Layla Nashiba. And my team, Amina Fresno, myself, and Latifa. That's it. And my housewives and students. Separate entity. Women. This website's run by women, managed by women, overseen by Sheikh Mustafa Morsi Abu Atayib. Yeah, Sheikh Morsi oversees everything here. And we have Dr. Ibrahim Duramali. Sheikh Morsi and Dr. Duramali oversees everything here. Got it? Separate. Okay, now, if you come with anything else, I'm going to mute you. I'm going to kick you out. So that's it. Let's move on to the quiz, because now I think the brother getting ready to get political. And Layla Nashiba don't do that. Homie don't do that. Layla going to kick him out. So let's put the quiz up. Hello. I know it's not a drama going on the internet. Don't pull Layla Nashiba into that drama. I'm a woman. Don't be a coward. Go fight the men. Don't be a coward and fight the women. That's the cowardly way out. Although I'm a warrior too, and I can hold my own. I just take you out and keep it moving. All right. Here's the quiz. Y'all ready? Can everybody see my screen? This is based on chapter 5 of the book. I'm making it bigger. You guys had a whole day to work on these questions. Is that big enough, people on Zoom? Can y'all see that? The first question? Can I get a comment here? Can y'all see the first question? Is that, or
Yes, you can see.
do I need to make it bigger?
No.
Okay. Okay, look at the first question. The term el-wala is a virtue that entails what facets of emotions that affect our interactions and interrelations with one another? Let's repeat it. The term el-wala is a virtue that entails what facets of emotions that affect our interactions and interrelations with one another. Who would like to go ahead and start us off answering this question? Do y'all understand the question? The word's too big?
I would like to try.
Oh, is that Sister Shakur?
It is.
MashaAllah. I'm so welcome here, nurse. That's Nurse Shakur. She's here. You can tell she's a professional. Go ahead.
It entails the emotion of love, affection and kindness and concern.
What do you guys think of her answer? What do y'all think about her answer? She said the term el-wala is a virtue that entails what facets of emotion? She said love, care, concern. Do y'all agree with her answer?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
MashaAllah. Y'all can tell she's a nurse. She knows what el-wala is. She spends every day of her life honoring that. And inshallah, it's going to be a barakah for her when she's in her grave. That ongoing charity. When we talk about having allegiance or closeness to someone, certain emotions overcome us. It means showing love to a person, showing kindness to a person, having concern. Good job there, Sister Sakina. It entails having love, kindness, concern for others. This is how we're supposed to be as Muslims, guys. We should be kind in how we interact with others. Be concerned about your neighbors. Be concerned about your fellow Muslim brothers and sisters in Islam. Have concern about what's troubling them. Remember, as Muslims, we are all a part of one body. When one of us hurts, the rest of us feel it. That's how we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to be hating on each other. We're not supposed to be just abandoning one another. So again, if this is a test, this is one of the questions that one of the new shahadas asked me. She says, Sister Layla, how can we tell if we are truly living up to the meaning of wala wal bara? Well, with wala, do you love your brothers? Do you want for your Muslim brother or your Muslim sister what you want for yourself? What does that mean? Who can tell me what that hadith means? When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told the companions, allegiance entails wanting for your Muslim brother what you would want for yourself. What does that mean? Who can tell me? Because a lot of Muslims here in America don't understand the meaning of that hadith. Who can tell me what does it mean when it says I want for you what I want for myself? When if I tell you that, what am I saying? Anyone, go ahead. Sabrine?
Is it to treat him as you would like to be treated?
Mashallah, it means simply treat that Muslim brother or that Muslim sister the way you would like to be treated. You wouldn't want anybody talking about you behind your back, so don't talk about them. You wouldn't want anyone taking your things from you, so don't take their things from them. You wouldn't want anyone to call you an innovator, so don't call them an innovator. So it's simply wanting for each other what we would want for ourselves. This is the concept of allegiance, being kind, having concern, loving, and all of that. Good job, Shakur. Good job, Sakina. MashaAllah, the students are on the ball today. Okay, let's look at the next question. Question number 2. Let's move this one up a little bit so y'all can see number 2. There's number 2. Let me make it a little bigger too. I'm trying to make it big for the blind. I got some blind women here on the website, including myself. Y'all know I wear contacts. And by the way, these are my real eyes. I wear clear contacts. I don't wear colored contacts. I love my Arabian eyes. Why would I want to change them? All right. Look at the second question. The term, Bara. This term entails facets of emotions such as what? We answered question number 1 about what wala mean, what wala entails. Well, what facets of emotions in English does the concept of bara entail? Anyone? Shouldn't be hard.
To separate.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I would say that entails hatred or negativity or hurting your brother, not having compassion or enmity for another human being.
Okay, so what are you saying about it? Well, Bara entails having hatred, not hurting, but hatred towards what? Okay, yeah, okay. Let's take her answer. She says the term Bara entails facets such as hatred, emotions of hatred, and what else you wanted to add to it, Jamila? Go ahead. Good job.
I was going to say, for those that hate the religion, you distance yourself from them.
Okay, so it entails hatred, distancing. What else?
Dissatisfaction.
Dissatisfaction. Good job. So if I'm to implement Bara, these emotions are emotions of dislike, emotions of discontent, dissatisfaction, distancing. Any others? MashaAllah, all of those answers are correct. So again, as a Muslim, you will never become a believer until you can implement the concept of allegiance and disassociation in your life. Allegiance is the love, concern, respect, and all of that. And then Bara is disassociation, which entails dislike, hatred, discontent, non-acceptance, and all of that. Good job. Now, this brings us to the big question that will determine if you truly understand that second component. Look at question number 3. The focus of allegiance with Bara is on whom? So the first part of the concept, which is allegiance, our focus of allegiance as Muslims should be upon whom?
Allah.
Who is that? Say it again.
Allah.
Is that person correct? Does everybody agree with that person's answer? They said Allah.
It should be on Allah, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the religion, and the believing Muslims.
Okay, this person said it should be on Allah, the Prophet, and the believing Muslims. Whose answer is correct? Allah? Or is it Allah, the Prophet, and the believing Muslims? Whose answer is correct, guys?
The second person.
Exactly. The second is. Okay, so allegiance is not just on Allah, guys. And this is the problem today. A lot of Muslims think that they only have to have allegiance to Allah. That's it. Long as my allegiance is to Allah, I'm going to get to paradise. Nope, that's wrong. Nope, 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 nope. That's just like saying I'm going to half walk and half stand. Nope, nope, nope. It's not just Allah. It's Allah and the Prophet, and then the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then the believers. Y'all understand? You're not going to get to paradise if you don't have allegiance to all three. All three. Not just that one.
I wasn't finished, but that's okay. Thank you, Nina.
Who is that talking, guys?
Fatima.
Oh, your mic is messed up. Okay. All right. But anyway, that's the right answer. Everybody got it? But I'm glad she didn't get the rest of it, because a lot of Muslims do think it's just one. They just think it's Allah. There are certain sets and groups that just say, you know, what did Ibn Masud talk about? Do y'all remember the hadith of Ibn Masud? I'm glad she did just say that, because this is what Ibn Masud talked about, the zombies. How did Ibn Masud, radiallahu anhu, define the zombies? Y'all remember that hadith about the zombies? We ain't talking about fear, the walking dead. No, that's what he called it, the walking dead. How did Ibn Masud define the walking dead? Who can remember that hadith? That hadith there shows that there are groups of Muslims that just think that their allegiance is to Allah, and that's it. What is the hadith of the walking dead? Nobody can remember?
The hadith was about how there are people who see the evil happening around them. They don't forbid it. They don't enjoy the good, basically, and they don't forbid the evil. They just concern themselves with themselves.
Exactly. That's that hadith. You know, myself, you walk around like a zombie, like the walking dead. You see the evil going on. You see people need help. You see people need to change, but you're only concerned with yourself and your relationship with Allah. I could care less about the other Muslims. I could care less about even the Prophet. It's just me, and my relationship. That's the walking dead. Okay, so the concept of wala, or allegiance, is allegiance to Allah, allegiance to the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the religion, and all other Muslims. This is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you know, my ties are not to the tribe of Hashem. My relatives is anyone, no matter where they are, who says that they believe La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Does everybody understand that? Your spiritual ties. Your spiritual ties. And that's why there's another hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said a person's spiritual ties may be stronger than their blood ties. And I know that's true, because my blood ties and my family are not strong at all, period. Never have been throughout centuries. You know, I'm into genealogy. You look at the history of my family, the Guitons, they never had strong blood ties. That's my mother's side. My mother's side, they killed each other. Father killed son. My mother's a descendant of King Charlemagne. She's from the Jean Guiton, the Heterots, or whatever they were called, that were fighting against they were Protestants fighting against Catholicism. They spread it Christianity all throughout Spain. That's why I got Spanish in me. And North Africa, all the way down to the tip of Africa. That's why I got all that Bantu in me. And of course, you know, I got Arabic on my father's side and my mother's too. Okay. And then on my father's side, the same thing. Blood ties, you know, were severed because of religion too. Okay. So, you know, your blood ties. The prophet said the spiritual ties and oftentimes are stronger than your blood ties. I'm closer to the sisters here in my Zoom room than I am to my blood relatives. Okay, my blood relatives don't even know me better than the people in my Zoom room. So that's an example of that. Okay, spiritual ties, spiritual ties. All right. So the focus of allegiance is on whom? On Allah. And then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then the believers, no matter who they are or where they are from or what language they speak. And that brings us to the fourth question. Everybody look at the screen. I got it there so y'all can see it. What things are a Muslim to distance him or herself from? When we talk about Bara, which is disassociation, as you guys said, that entails distancing ourselves. Distancing ourselves from what things or what people? Who would like to answer that? What am I distancing myself from?
One of the things you can distance from the book that he mentioned is distancing yourself from kafir people and their ways, meaning that we should not take them as close friends because they will never accept us for who we are. Not only that, their lifestyle is not like ours. And also Allah tells us in the Quran that they will never accept you. While you're wishing good for them, they're wishing for you to be on the same path as them.
Exactly. She gave one great thing that we're supposed to distance ourselves from, and she explained why. The non-believers, the non-Muslims, we deal with them from a distance. Okay, we have to work with them. I used to have co-workers. None of them were, well, I did have Muslims. Then when I transferred, not and have the last place I worked, I was the only Muslim. Okay, we have co-workers who are non-Muslim. We deal with them from a distance. How do we deal with our co-workers from a distance? Who can answer that? How do we deal with our co-workers from a distance? What does that mean? Who can explain that?
Well, when they have their gatherings, don't get involved in their gatherings. You don't have to be nasty, be tactful, but don't get involved in their gatherings. Also, as far as with coworkers, you know, you leave them at work. You can be courteous, you know, to those who are courteous to you, and so forth. You know, joke around, fine. But when you punch the clock, you leave them there.
Exactly. MashaAllah. And Sister Shakura knows, being a nurse, she has to work with, you know, she's in the medical field, the health field. You know, she has to, I got your back on the job. You know, we in ER together. We got to revive a patient. We in ER together. I got to pass you some tools. You know, we in ER working together, working this floor together to provide services to other people. So we got each other's back. It doesn't matter what your religion is. You know, I got your back, you got mine. But once we clock out, when I hit that time clock to go home, that's it. We don't associate off the job. On the job, I got your back. But off the job, to you be your way and to me be mine. And like she said, we don't interact in their gatherings. They have their social clubs or they have their social events, you know, their parties. You know, we don't get involved. Somebody has a baby shower, we don't participate, but I'll send you a gift. I thought y'all turned this off. No, y'all did not. Okay, I turned it off. Okay, we don't participate, you know, in their baby showers. Okay, what I'll do is I'll send a gift. Somebody gets married, I'm not going to your wedding because my lifestyle and your lifestyle is not the same, but I'll send you a wedding present. Christmas, This totally contradicts my belief system. I have nothing to do in it. I'm not participating in your Christmas parties. I'm not participating in your gatherings. None of that. Halloween, this contradicts my belief system. I'm not being a part of that. Valentine's Day, not a part of that. Any of your holidays, I'm not participating. Remember the hadiths we went over. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that we do not sit and eat in their gatherings. We can watch their stuff from a distance, but we don't join in and participate. I can watch them perform. I can watch what they do. I can watch the fireworks, but I'm not going downtown to participate in it. Bring me a plate. Not coming to your house for Thanksgiving, but you can drop me off a plate so I can taste Aunt Sue's peach cobbler. I'll tell you if hers is better than Aunt Maggie's. From a distance. Y'all understand? That's what a distance. And how do we deal with our family member, guys? Okay, a family member, our family members that are accepting of us. How do we show Bara to a family that is accepting of our religious belief? Who can answer that one? How do I show that? Yeah, go ahead.
The ones that are accepting to us, we're still kind with them. And it depends on if they're sinful or doing things, smoking weed, drinking, and doing all that. We stay away from them. We distance ourselves from them as well.
Exactly. Simple. If your family is accepting of you and your religious beliefs, fine. I can go to family gatherings that don't relate to worship, that don't relate to celebrating a party, a birthday, or a holiday. I can come to those type of family events as long as those events are free of anything that contradicts my belief. So mom's having a gathering, not for a holiday. It's just a regular gathering of we all come together, but Uncle James is coming. And Uncle James likes to get high. Uncle James likes to drink. He's coming to the gathering and he will be allowed to drink and get high. So I don't go. I say, Mom, I'm going to have to distance myself from that gathering because I can't be around Uncle James when he's performing that. What about this? What if you had LGBTQ family members? How do we relate LGBTQ family members into the program? How do we deal with them?
High and by from a distance. Do not let them in your homes, around your children, and just keep yourself distant from them all the way.
Exactly. We don't deal with them at all. Because this totally contradicts La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. Allah destroyed a whole nation. And you let those family members know, I'm sorry, I can't deal with you. You cannot, I'm not coming to any events that include you. I will never allow you around my children or around my home because this could be a bad influence on them. I'm sorry, you're my brother, but I have to separate, totally distance myself, totally separate from you. Does everybody understand that? And I know I was listening last night. A lot of times when you guys are asleep at night, I'll be on the internet doing my PowerPoint and I'll be playing some of the lectures of these famous speakers because I need to know what's up. I got to stay up about what's going on in the world with these people because we living in the days of fitting. And I was listening to a famous brother, was asked this question. How do you deal with a family member who's LGBTQ, whatever it is? And he said, well, he's still your brother. When you go around him, just try to advise him. How can you advise an unbeliever? especially if they believe that the sin of the sins of the people a lot is okay. You go around him and advise him and try to get him to come back to the right way, and that's it. No, you don't go around him at all. In Islam, we distance ourselves completely, Bara all the way. As Precious said, Bara all the way. I'm not going around that relative at all. I'm sorry. Period. Dot. This is a sacrilege. So be careful of how these other daya, these other speakers answer and deal with LGBTQ guys. As Brother Ahmed is saying, wrongdoers. We don't sit in the company of wrongdoers. There's numerous verses in the Quran where Allah tells us to not sit in the company of those who do wrong until they stop. If someone is LGBTQ, we don't sit around them, period, until they stop. Even if it's a relative, as Allah says, even if it be against yourself, even if it be against your kith, your kin. You know, this is the problem today. We have a lot of weak Muslims who are trying to be apologetic. We have a lot of weak Muslims today, women and men, a lot of men who are weak, and they're giving fatwas and holding sessions telling us to be accepting of the sins. Oh no, we're never accepting of them. And some sins we totally distance ourselves from. LGBTQ, drugs, rock and roll, sex. We distance ourselves from that garbage. Exactly. As Sister Sakina said, a Muslim should distance himself from things and people that take you away from your beliefs and obligations in Islam. That's total. Even if it's my brother, even if it's my mother. If my mother was LGBTQ, sorry, Mom, it's over. I can't deal with you no more. You better straighten your life up. Okay? Everybody understand that. Other daya, y'all got to get out of that crazy stuff y'all doing. Telling people that it's okay and just try to call them. You can't call nobody back from that. Allah makes Muslims. Not you, not me. Okay, let's look at the next question. Question number 5. Bara, or disassociation. It encourages us to give up behaviors that go against what? What does Bara encourage us to give up? Behaviors that go against what?
That go against Islamic principles, that contradict our Islamic belief system.
Okay. It encourages us to give up behaviors that contradict our belief system. And what else? Anything else?
Also, behaviors that the non-Kafirs do.
The non-Muslims do. Yeah. Also, any behaviors that the non-Muslims do, we don't imitate them. You guys understand that, you brothers walking around with those twists in your head? I'm sorry. You imitating the Kafirs. The Prophet Muhammad didn't walk around with twisties in his head. I'm sorry. Y'all look like Kafirs. You know? The Prophet didn't do that. The companions didn't do that. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ told the Bedouins to take that crap out their head. Y'all better read the hadiths. He would tell them to take that stuff out your hair. Allah loves beauty. And anybody that has hair should brush it, comb it, and oil it on a daily basis. Take them twists out. And you know you ain't got no business wearing no dreadlocks, period, dot. Okay, what other behaviors? So Bara encouraged us to give up behavior that contradicts our beliefs, that entails imitating the non-believers. What else?
Lying, being deceitful, having a lot of pride in your heart.
Yeah, that's behavior. That's belief. Okay, so behaviors that contradict our belief, contradict our That imitates the kafir, and what else?
Any sinful acts, as far as in what we said earlier, as far as in drinking and smoking and
Right.
committing adultery and fornicating and
Yeah, sinful actions, anything that violates the laws of Allah. That's what y'all need to say. Anything that contradicts or violates the laws of Allah, we distance ourselves from it. That puts everything in that category. Okay? Anything that violates or contradicts our religious beliefs, we stay away from. Anything that entails us being like or resembling the non-Muslims, we stay away from. Those are the three categories. You say those three things, that puts everything in there. Birthdays, holidays, LGBTQ, drinking, everything goes in that. Or a Santa Claus. If it contradicts my religious belief, if it contradicts if it causes me to resemble or be like the non-Muslims, then we stay away from that crap. Y'all understand? Subhanallah. Real simple, and teach this to your children. Okay? Let's see what else we got. Wait a minute, let me look on Facebook, see the questions there. Yeah, good job. Good job. Everybody got that right. Good job. Okay, let's look at the next question. Question number 6. Who can give us some examples as to when we should apply disassociation to another Muslim? Now, this is where it gets tricky.
I would say one example, if you see a Muslim mocking the religion, mocking the dress, the behavior of another Muslim, we should disassociate by first advising them until they stop the behaviors that they're partaking in. What else?
Good job. Y'all hear her answer? Excellent, Jean-Louis. That was excellent. If you see another Muslim mocking the religion, making fun of our religion, and a lot of y'all like to go to these comedians. I mean, I looked at these ISNA and ICNA events. They always have on the menu comedians. Where did this innovation come from? Ain't nobody got time for no comic. This religion is serious. Ain't no jokery here in this deen like that. What are you going to make a joke about? The prophet? Make a joke about how we dress, how we pray, how we eat, how we live? You may have disbelieved after believing, brothers. Y'all need to take these comics out of the picture, making a mockery of us. Okay, you're going to make a joke about the religion, but there's nothing to joke about. Like the prophet said, marriage is not a joking matter. Divorce is not a joking matter. Praying is not a joking matter. Fasting is not a joking matter. Dressing is not a joking matter. What the heck could you be a Muslim comic about? You better go find a real life. You better go get a real life. Learn your deen, number one. And go be a door dasher, an Uber truck driver. Okay, so mashallah, what else? Who can give us another example? Give me another example as to when we should apply distancing to another Muslim.
When another Muslim is being outwardly disobedient to Allah and actually saying that it's okay, like there's nothing wrong with it, that's making the haram halal, things of that nature, and maybe trying to influence you to do the same.
Mashallah, perfect answer from Sister Shakura. Okay, perfect answer from Sister Shakura. A Muslim is deliberately, intentionally, publicly committing sins, and they know it's wrong, but they still gonna do it and try to convince you that it's okay to do it. This is when we draw the line. Brother. This is it. You sitting here saying it's okay? It's okay to beat up on your wife? It's okay to treat your daughters less than your sons. It's okay, to be LGBTQ. It's okay to shave your beard. It's okay. It's okay. Then this is when we have to draw the line until you come back to the reality. I'm going to have to deal with you from a distance, Aki. This is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, be careful who you befriend. Be careful who you take as a personal friend, because a person takes on the religion of his friend or her friend. And that's why whenever somebody new came into town, the companions used to ask them, who's some of your friends? Who do you hang around with? Because you can tell a lot about a person through who they associate with. Association brings about assimilation. And a lot of people are changing because of the people they hang around. So we have to be careful with that. Any other examples? More examples of as to when a person should apply distancing to another Muslim.
I put down that I would distance myself from another Muslim if he apostated and say that he's not Muslim no more.
Good job. How many of you understand that? This is one of the few actions in Islam that brings about corporal punishment. There's only 4 things that bring about corporal punishment. This is one: apostasy. So if a Muslim apostates from this religion, we're supposed to totally disassociate unless they come back. If a person left Islam, leaves Islam, we have to that's it. No more relationship with this person. Even if it was your child, you raised a son or you raised a daughter to be Muslim and they apostated. Apostate does not mean that they don't practice. There's a lot of Muslims that don't practice the deen because they're weak, but they've never denounced La ilaha illallah. An apostate is a person that was Muslim and denounces the Shahada. I denounce La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, and instead I take on another belief system. That's an apostate. That's a revert. That's the real meaning of revert. Okay? You reverting back to what you were. If you are a convert, you're now reverting back to disbelief. Everybody understand that? And if a person does that, then we disassociate. We don't live in a Muslim state. So we don't go around doing no corporal punishment. Okay, but instead we disassociate and disengage. She's no longer Muslim, so I'm disassociating. I ain't doing it. We're done. If Allah guides her back, you can make dua for the person. And I want y'all to understand, Allah makes Muslims, not you and not me. Allah makes Muslims. And if Allah has written for a person to be Muslim, ain't nothing you can do to change that. So distance yourself. Everybody understand that? Any other examples? Any other examples as to when we would apply Bara or disassociation to another Muslim?
If a Muslim has enough knowledge to recognize when someone's innovating, then you should distance yourself from that Muslim who is innovating, introducing things into the religion that is not there.
Good job. Allah tells us that in the Quran too. We don't sit in the presence. We don't sit in the company of those who innovate. Just like we don't sit in the company of those who do wrong. Just like we don't sit in the company of those who mock the religion. So if a person's a known innovator and the people have talked to, he's been talked to, he's been advised against his innovation, but he still continues to do it, not caring, This person knows that what he's been told that what he's doing is an innovation, but he continues to embark upon it. He continues to engage upon it. We don't sit in the company of them. We disassociate. Even if it would bring you 1 million followers, we still disassociate. Yes. Another example.
Also, I would say that, what is it? Okay, yeah. I would say that how this applies to another Muslim is, I would say we can also distance ourselves from another Muslim if we know that we're going to hurt them by our actions and words. That's what I would say.
That's a very good answer. Remember, guys, why does Allah say in the Quran, your homes are better for you? When Allah sent down that verse saying your homes are better for you, the Prophet explained it. He said, for the person that stays in her home or his home, you are protecting yourself from the evils of others outside your home. And you are also protecting the people outside your home from the evils of yourself. So our homes are better for us. Okay? If you got issues, you don't want to bring your negativity onto the other Muslims, then stay away. Distance yourself until you work it out. But don't distance yourself too long. That's the key. Some of us, when we call ourselves working it out, we don't want to bring our negativity upon the community in general. Some of us overdo it. We stay gone too long. The longer you're gone, the harder it is to come back to. Because that's one thing that separates us too from the other people of the book. You know, we support each other. Our nasiha, we support, advise, and help each other. Okay, so don't distance yourself away too long. Does everyone understand that? Okay, so let's look at the next question. Good job. I'm so proud of how y'all are answering these questions. Let's look at the next question. This is what I really like about this book. Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid did an excellent job, one of the best jobs I've ever seen in breaking down the meaning of loving for the sake of Allah and hating for the sake of Allah. Let's look at this next question. What does it mean, or how does one love for the sake of Allah? What does it mean to love for the sake of Allah? Or how do we show love for the sake of Allah to each other? Who can answer that?
You show this by loving what Allah loves. For example, you love a person because there's something in them that is good, that Allah loves in that person, so you love them because of that. It's nothing personal, nothing that you're going to gain from that person or anything like that. You love them because you see something in them that Allah loves in them.
MashaAllah. Loving for the sake of Allah is being able to look at each other and focus on the good that we have, that Allah sees in that person and loves. It's not personal. This entails keeping your personal views, your personal feelings, your personal opinions out of it. I love the fact that Sister Famay is here every day, even though she has 2 babies and a husband and a household to run. She's here every day, bright and early, to assist here on this website. That shows commitment. That shows dedication. And I love that about her. And it causes me to overlook anything else that I might take personal. Okay? To love for Allah, the sake of Allah, means to love the things that Allah loves. Allah loves consistency. Allah loves reliability. Allah loves trustworthiness. Allah loves honesty. So we love those things too, and try to incorporate those things into ourselves too. Everybody understand that? So when I say I love you for the sake of Allah, I'm telling you I love you because you have so many good qualities about you that may be pleasing to Allah, of which Allah loves. So I love you too. I'm not going to focus on the fact that, you know, you may talk too much or you may be too loud. I love the fact that you're consistent. You're always here. You're the first to volunteer. Okay, good job. Anybody else want to comment? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna add, I said also, loving for the sake of Allah means loving the things that Allah has ordained for us to do, such as our obligations. I also said, loving for the sake of Allah also means loving the lawful things for us, and also loving the people because of their closeness with Allah. Just like how an example would that be, you know, two people meeting for the sake of Allah just because they love each other, and you know, Allah says, like, you know, that'll be one of the people on the day of judgment that they're going to be under his shade. The two men who love one another for the sake of Allah and meeting and, you know, parting, and on that basis. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, Allah loves those who visit the sick. I can use an example of the sister that gave the answer, Norto. When I had my knee replacement surgery, you guys remember I couldn't walk for a while. I couldn't go up and down the steps. I couldn't take out my garbage. I live in Ohio. Norto and her sister live in Kentucky. Do you know those two girls got their father, may Allah bless him, he ain't available. Would have made a move if he was. Oh, it's a joke. They got their father to drive them all the way from Kentucky just so they could take my garbage out. Now you tell me if that ain't loving for the sake of Allah. That's a 7-hour drive. These sisters drove 14 hours altogether just to take my garbage out for me, because they know that Allah loves for you to visit the sick, and Allah loves for you to help an old lady, because I'm an old lady, and they knew this old lady couldn't get down the steps. So they drove to see Mother Hubbard and take her garbage out. You know, look at the rewards they got, inshallah. You know, so we love the things that Allah loves. And because we know he loves these things, we implement these things in our lives. We try to live up to these things. MashaAllah. Anybody else with another example?
Yeah, I just want to add that it also means to put our differences aside. So, you know, if we see things different or we have a different point of view, that shouldn't interfere. We should love and respect one another due to our faith in Allah. And the Prophet said that the best of faith is those who love and hate for the sake of Allah.
Exactly. Don't allow our disagreements because we don't agree on something. So now you're going to cut me off. You're not going to be friends with me anymore. You're going to boycott me. You're going to abandon my website. You're going to slander me. That's what these brothers are doing. I mean, you look on the internet, these brothers that call themselves Salafi, they all call themselves Salafi. They need to stop calling themselves anything but Muslim, maybe. But these brothers that call themselves Salafi, they always attacking each other. They friends today, they hate each other tomorrow. You friends today, you hate each other tomorrow. And when they break up, they tell all their secrets. I mean, come on. You know, first of all, this is not, you know, what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came with. That's not showing love for the sake of Allah. Because we disagree about something. Now you're going to kick me to the curb, call me an innovator, a deviator, and now to even rub it in my face more, you're going to bring in a real innovator to replace me. Oh, yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, but these brothers, these famous brothers, my God, y'all was friends yesterday. Now you hate each other, and I heard you bringing in a real innovator to replace the dude that you claim is a deviant now, who claims he's he's Salafi. What the heck? That's why I tell y'all, get out of that crap. Maybe we need to just call ourselves a Muslim, because what does the word Muslim mean? One who submits to Allah. Maybe we need to stop labeling ourselves anything but a person that submits to Allah and submit to Allah's belief system, submit to his religion, submit to his way. And maybe we would be better with each other. Yeah, good job. Any other comments on that? Good examples. I'm proud of you, sisters, on that. And now we got the last question. And this is the harder one. What does it mean to hate for the sake of Allah? That's the harder one. What does it mean to hate for the sake of Allah? Anyone? Boy, y'all quiet on that one. This is the one that I have. Go ahead.
Let me pull up my note. This means hating for the sake of Allah means you hate the things Allah made unlawful. For example, you hate, like, if a person commits a sin, you hate the sin that they're committing, not the person themselves, because, you know, we're all weak and that's a weakness from him. So yeah.
Exactly. That's it in a nutshell. To hate for the sake of Allah means it's not personal. I hate you not on a personal level, but I hate the fact that you are doing something that Allah hates. And Allah tells us in the Quran that he hates everything that he made haram. Allah tells us that the only thing that he hates are the things he made haram. So we're able to look at a person, and I hate the fact that you smoke cigarettes. But I hate the fact that you smoke cigarettes because it's something that Allah hates. It's not personal. That doesn't mean that I'm going to treat you terribly when I see you. Because you smoke cigarettes, that does not mean that I'm going to spit on you if I pass you in the street. Because you got a boyfriend doesn't mean I'm going to throw a lie on you and burn you up. You know, I hate the fact that you fornicate. I hate the fact that you adulterate. I hate the fact that you don't believe in Allah. I hate that, but it's not personal. It's not going to cause me to be unjust to you. It's not going to cause me to abuse you. It's not going to cause me to go around and hurt you. Does everybody understand? That's what hating for the sake of Allah entails. I hated my co-workers that were not Muslim, but it wasn't personal. I hated them for the sake of Allah because they used to do drugs in the bathroom. I hated that. They'd have sex in the bathroom on a job. I hated that. They cursed. They lied, they cheated. I hated that for the sake of Allah. But whenever a client went off, that hate was put aside. If a client was going off because their jinn had possessed them, if that client was possessed by his or her jinn and was in there going off attacking, I'd put that we'd all join together. They'd put their cocaine down. They'd stop having sex. You know, we'd all come together and deal with that jinn. So it wasn't personal. Then after we did our job, got the jinn together, and I end up, we're doing what I used to do to unpossess them. And we put the client back in their room. They go back to their cocaine. They go back to their sex. They go back to their music. And I'd go back to my beard whisk. Getting ready to run a Boston. I'd go back to running a Boston and beard whisk. Hello. That's not personal. That's hating for the sake of Allah. I hate the fact that you do the things you do. I hate the fact that your lifestyle contradicts mine. But it's not going to cause me to oppress you. It's not going to cause me to transgress you unless you transgress me. If you put your hands on me, I'm going to try to send you to the graveyard. But as long as you don't cross that line, that's your business. Pass the cards. I'm getting ready to do a Boston. That's how it was. And that's what that means. Everybody understand? Okay, so mashallah, this was what chapter 5 of this wonderful book it was all about. Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd did an excellent job explaining what loving for the sake of Allah entails, what hating for the sake of Allah entails, and also how we show enmity and allegiance to the believers and the unbelievers. Tomorrow for this class, tomorrow, I want you guys to read chapter 6. We're going to cover the first part of chapter 6. So I want everybody to review chapter 6 in this book. If you do not have the book, make sure you go to Amazon.com and order it. This book is called Diluting Bara. You order it off of Amazon.com. Okay? And tonight at 9 o'clock, we're going to resume and we're going to be doing the introduction and the first hadith from the book of Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atlee entitled Not One of Us. And here's an excerpt of that book, just so you guys know what to get. You can go to his website at atleeonline.com and download this book. I mean, not download, buy it. It's only $4. And here's an excerpt of it.
Another Sunnah Followers exclusive, Not One of Us, written by Sheikh Muhammad S. Atlee, broken down and brought to you by host Layla Nashiba. Join us every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here on Sunnah Followers.
Okay, so that's going to be at 9 p.m. tonight. And also, let me remind everybody that tomorrow, we also have our Call In and Ask Sister Layla live show. On Fridays, this is when you can call in and ask me your questions about Islam. This is Layla's Q&A. Y'all listen to the brothers. All these famous brothers have their weekly Q&A shows. Well, come to this female dais Q&A show. I have mine every week too. It's every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from 9 to 11, 2 hours, where you can call in and ask your questions about Islam and get the answer based on Quran and authentic hadith with the understanding of the companions from a female. I don't use Islam Q&A for my answers. These brothers do. If you guys notice, most of the men use Islam Q&A. They use fatwa. I don't use fatwa to answer a question. I use the hadith to prove my answers. I'm going to give my answer, and I'm going to give the proof from the authentic hadith that as the companions understood it. So if you want to get your questions answered that way, which is the right way, tune in tomorrow and bring your questions. If there's a question that I cannot answer, which there are, then Sheikh Mustafa Morsi Abu Atayib will be on standby. And here's a picture of Sheikh Morsi. This is Imam Morsi Abu Atayib. He's the founding scholar of this website, and he's my personal teacher. May Allah preserve him and keep him living, because if something happens to him, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because he's the only one I know that puts his answers based on what the Prophet said, with the understanding of those companions and not no fatwas from Islam Q&A. So if I can't answer your question, Sheikh Imam Mustafa Morsi Abu Atayib will be here to answer them. Will be a phone call away to answer them for you. Okay? And also tomorrow, don't forget, in between me answering your questions, we'll be discussing polygamy. Polygamy. Last week, we talked about the conditions of polygamy. And the only condition for a man to practice polygamy is he has to be just with his wives. That's it. That's the only condition. Okay? Well, tomorrow we're going to speak more about polygamy in addition to answering the questions. And here's a little thing about that. I thought, don't we have one for that? Don't we have a polygamy one in here, y'all? Where is it at? You know, I don't know if I see. Yes, we do. Let's try. Let's see if this is it. This should be it. Hold on.
Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hey, this week's topic on Ask Sister Layla Live, polygamy. Yes, polygamy. Please call in as Layla Nashiba breaks down the conditions, the rules, the regulations, and man, the controversy. So you're not going to want to miss this. Call in at 862-370-2838. 862-370-2838. Have your questions ready for Layla to answer them. We'll see you there, inshallah.
And by the way, guys, I want to give a shout out to Sister Jean-Louis, my Rough Rider. She's the one that put the jingles together from out of Brooklyn, originally from out of Brooklyn. Let me see. I got her picture in here. There she is. That's our little Rough Rider. Jean-Louis. She's Geechee. She's from Haiti. She's the Geechee from Haiti. Hello, Jean-Louis. Yeah, thank you. May Allah bless her and her family, you know, her husband and her children, because she's the one that puts our little jingles together, and her children too. They be in there in the little jingles too. Alhamdulillah. And her husband, you know, he's very supportive, you know, allowing her to spend whatever time she has helping us here at Sunnah Followers. Okay, guys, I'm going to close out for right now. I want everybody to remember at 9 p.m., I'll be back on at 9 p.m. With the class on Not One of Us. This is be the hadith for that. And also we'll do the hadith on Beware too afterwards. So we're going to take an hour break. I'll be back on. Please share this website. We need subscriptions. We need people to support us, you know, so we can pay our website expenses, which total $2,000 a month. We need $1,000 now. We got half the expenses paid this month, but we need another $1,000 to pay the rest. So please support us by scanning that QR code and making a donation, and also spread our website around to all your Muslim friends. The more people we get that joined, and inshallah, we'll get more donators, inshallah. All right, so I'm going to close out for now. Inshallah, I'll be back in an hour. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka.